Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You are watching Live with LWL Lindsay with Love. Today is Monday, 11/11/24, November 11th, 11/11 portal. A lot of people are interested in that. We'll talk about it. Venus is shifting into a new sign today. Let me remember if I can see it off the top of my head. I know Venus moves in to Capricorn today, so that'll be an interesting shift for the money out there, for our finances, for our self-value, our self-worth, for our love, our beauty, our peace, our harmony. Let's get going in the chat. Good morning to all those of you that were patient. If your fingers are free, keep clicking the like button for me for a few more minutes. That's very helpful. I think I've said hello to everybody. VIP Deborah says, so last night, woke up at 3. They say to manifest at that time. So I did, and I spoke to my higher self. So when I did, the next thing I knew, I was dreaming about my brother, but I can't remember the dream. Don't you hate when that happens? VIP Deborah. Good. I'm proud of you for being very aware. When you woke up, you might as well use it, right? You're awake, so you might as well use it. Good morning, Lauren. Welcome to the chat. Good morning, Lydia. Good morning, Charlene. Next time, before you go to sleep at night, ask your guides to help you remember any of your dreams. Ask them. If I fall asleep tonight, when I fall asleep tonight, please help me remember my dreams in the morning, especially if they're significant. And perhaps that will help. Okay. All right, good. Let's get going for real this time. I have my email open with all my notes from this morning. This was on YouTube again, you guys. You guys know I like to share what I've learned on my own spiritual journey, and I'm also always learning from the masters from long ago and from the people that are like doing spiritual stuff in the world now. Thank you for that. You're welcome for that. Katie Tracy, welcome to the chat. VIP Erin is in the house. All my friends are here on a Monday morning. So you guys, Thursday, Friday was so much fun. I had such a great time kind of going over the Mel Robbins chat interview with Dr. Jim Doty, who is a neurosurgeon who explained manifesting from a brain perspective. Take it how you will. I think it's basically everything he said is basically what all the spiritual people say. He just put some scientific words to it, which is nice. I do appreciate that because I think it's time that the scientific community and the spiritual community kind of band up together, you know, like let's be friends, kind of an idea. And I had a great time with that. Good morning, VIP Erin. And so this morning I was thinking, let's do another kind of conversation. Today we're going to talk about fear. I do believe I'm on this planet to help raise the frequency of the planet. And I do believe that part of that job of mine from a soul perspective is to bring you your awareness. I'm here to spark people's awareness, to turn it on, to realize how maybe perhaps you're playing on the sidelines of your own life, how you might be playing life small, and how you can step into a higher version of yourself, into a greater frequency, a greater version of yourself, a higher frequency. It's Monday morning, you guys, but I have been awake for quite some time. Nonetheless, I apparently can't talk yet. And good morning, Lala. Welcome to the chat. Dawn Paris, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Hey, Tony, how are you, my friend? How was your weekend? I hope it was good. All my friends are here. My friends are here. Good morning, Lala. Diana, hello, welcome to the chat. So I had a really great time with that live those 2 days. By the way, we're going to do our manifesting together again. I wasn't playing when I said we're going to do this. So until I hit around probably, I would say 35 to 40K, then I'll change my manifestation and we'll start manifesting. Melly's in the house. Hey, Melly, thanks for the rose. Thank you for being here. By the way, Double D's, thanks for lighting up my gift gallery. I think I said that while I was getting ready. So over the weekend, you can say I still only have 2 entries. We did Thursday, Friday. I did not write down Saturday, Sunday. I didn't do the write down part, but I did do the rest. I was speaking it out as I was walking. I was visualizing it. I was tapping into the feelings. So we're going to do it again today. If you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, we've been manifesting together inside the Manifesting Club. If you hang out with me, you're going to manifest your best reality. We're taking the neurosurgeon, Dr. Jim Doty. We're taking his idea and we're going to do it. And we're going to manifest the crap out of our lives. So make sure you have your paper ready. I do. We'll do that in a few minutes. But let's get talking about fear and what I learned this morning. Because why not? Good Brooke, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Melly says, good morning. I've been working on adding plants to my Etsy. Go, girl. I love that. I'm so proud of you. Keep going. So we're going to blast out of fear because why not? It just keeps us playing small. And Neville teaches us that fear is nothing but an illusion anyway. So hello. Let's not live in Delulu land of fear. Let's live in Delulu land of abundance and love and all the best things. Marcelli, is that how you say your name? I hope I'm saying it right. If not, let me know in the chat below if you can like sound it out for me. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Dina Marie, welcome. Danielle, welcome to the chat. So many new people. All right, so let's get going. 11/11 today. I know. And Venus switches signs. You guys, you can use the power of anything. So if you put a lot of intention behind numerology, for example, 1111, if you put a lot of intention behind that stuff, you can use today as a powerful day to manifest, but you can manifest with anything as long as you have the intention there. You could say, oh my gosh, I saw a frog on my walk 4 days in a row. It must be a sign, and I'm going to use that energy to manifest. So yes, 1111, Venus does change signs today out of Sagittarius into Capricorn. We're probably going to become a little bit more serious about our money, a little bit more responsible with our finances, which is nice. Or not. I don't know. I like to spend money, but I also like to make money too. We might become a little bit more, I don't know, interested in like settling down, becoming more loyal, committed within our love relationships. Today's your birthday, Katie Tracy. Welcome to the chat. I pronounced it perfectly. Yay! Happy birthday, Katie. Everybody in the chat, say happy birthday to Katie. It is her birthday today. All right, so let's get going in the conversation. Well, before we do that, because you guys can see that I'm like squinting terribly, I'm going to fix these blinds. It's always a fun game of like, which way should I go? Maybe go this way. Oh, that's a little bit better. Even that's okay. Okay, there we go. I don't like that. So now it's too dark. Guys, this 1 or 2. I'm just going to go like this. I guess I'll just squint a little. It's okay, honestly. There, that's better. All right, there. 1111, make a wish. Katie Tracy, happy birthday. There we go. Everyone in the chat saying happy birthday. All right. I just took you to the eye doctor. If you've never been, that's what they'll do. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. And then if you go, they'll go 2. And then you don't say anything, they say, or 1. Okay, let's go, you guys, for real, for real. So let's kick it off. Once again, this is what I listened to this morning, teachings from Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard is a brilliant, brilliant soul from back in the day. His kind of vibe around energy was that he interpreted the Bible based on energy rather than based on like, this is the most literal story you could ever read in your life. And this is exactly what happened. Absolute, right? So he took it from a very energetic perspective, and he helped many, many people in his lifetime. And obviously he knew what the heck he was talking about, because we're still talking about him today. And I love that for him. And I love that for me. And I love that for all of you that are ready to listen. I love Neville too. I don't really talk about him that often. And I'm not somebody who's like big on studying one specific spiritual leader over another. But I have found lately that I've been kind of getting a lot of similar content. And I have to wonder, before we dive into this, I have to wonder if we're kind of at this like precipice of like the next breakthrough, because it seems like now a lot of people are awake. Number one, if you're listening, by the way, congratulations, you've made it to the bright side. You're awake. Good morning, Deanne. Yafa Empress VIP. Deanne is in the house. Thank you for sharing the live, Deanne. I appreciate you. Welcome, welcome. Number two, it all is starting to feel a little bit redundant for me. So I have to wonder one of two things. As a collective, we're about to go to the next level, and or because so many people are awake, it's becoming rather redundant sounding, and this could be all of it, a little bit of all of it. I'm to the point where I'm meant to really deepen into my spirituality. I will share with you that I do have Pluto transiting my 8th house of Aquarius, which I love for me because Pluto is deep transformation. And the 8th house, not only is it shared resources, which I hope my partner retires soon. He definitely could in the next, I would say, couple of years. So that's powerful in and of itself. But outside of the shared resources, which I'm not so focused on, is the transformation part of the 8th house. The 8th house goes wildly deep to transform. And to have Pluto transiting my 8th, most people would probably be like, oh no, I'm like, hell yeah, let's see what happens. I'm very excited for it. Kelly P, welcome to the chat. All right, so I found this Neville Goddard conversation, and I was like, you know what, maybe for the rest of the year we just focus on blasting out of our fears, because low-key I worked really hard to blast out of my fears. I know what it feels like, but it is so rewarding on the other side of it. And I'm sure there's other fears I still have to blast through. I'm not quite sure what they are. I'm constantly working on improving myself every day. However, what I really, really desire, it's like all I want for Christmas is somebody that's listening to come back onto this live before 2025 to say, Lindsay, because I listened to you, or because you nudged me, because you wished for the holidays that you wanted one person to blast through their fear, I did it for you. That's what I wish. I wish somebody would just like let it go. Just fully surrender, do the dang thing. You're ready for your natal chart, waiting for hospital records. Shay, I'm so happy. Oh, that reminds me, you guys, really quickly, I'm going to write an email out to my email subscriber list. But if you're listening and you're not on my list and you're thinking about getting your birth chart or any chart, so either the Fast Money chart report, the Your Soul's Purpose report, or the Know Thyself birth chart report. So I do a money report. I do Your Soul's Purpose, what your strongest energies are, why you're here in this lifetime. It's an intuitive report along with astrology, and a Know Thyself birth chart report. If you do the Know Thyself birth chart report, the Fast Money and Your Soul's Purpose is included. That one looks at your entire birth chart. If you are interested in any of those reports, I'm letting you know now, I am quoting around anywhere between 7 to 28 business days for those reports, and the holidays are very fast approaching. So please get your order in if you're going to gift something to somebody. If you're going to gift this to somebody, it's a very powerful, beautiful gift. Really, the gift of self-awareness from the highest vibration, from the highest perspective. It's very beautiful. If you're interested in that, please get your order in now. Just hold on to the PDF report until Christmas or the holidays, whatever you celebrate, and then gift it to them. But I'm not going to, after a certain point coming up to the holidays, I'm not going to be able to guarantee like correct timing for the holidays. Okay. So please, please, please. Learned it's not birth certificate, it's medical record. Amazing. Yeah, it can be either one, right? Some people don't have like missing information. My birth certificate had incorrect information. So I feel like just keep looking. Call the government, call the hospital. Double D says, I can say I did that thanks to you, Lindsay. I let go and became a better version of myself. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm screenshotting that one. Thank you, Double D's. I appreciate that. Okay, well then Double D's and one other person. I need one more person. Good morning, Lauren. Welcome to the chat. Good morning. All right, let's keep going. So actually, let's start. We're talking about fear. It's a long conversation. We might go to tomorrow as well. Let's see. We can probably paraphrase a lot of this, which I did, by the way. I paraphrased a lot of it. Thank you for the rose, Annie Jude. Welcome to the chat. Neville Goddard says, fear is nothing more than the reflection of the limits you have accepted in your mind. Oh, you guys, why do I come in so hot on a Monday? It's like, all right, Monday's here. Let me just like drop this into your brain like, oh, dang, dang. Paraphrasing is my jam. Well, you know what? I think, thank you, Yafa Empress, VIP, Yafa Empress, VIP DN. Thank you for the heart me. Good morning, Jess. Welcome to the chat. I think if there's a superpower for people that have like paraphrasing abilities, because sometimes things are very like mumbo jumbo. What the heck does that mean? And if you can break it down to something super simple, like that's a superpower in and of itself. So let's paraphrase together if we can. Thank you for the follow, Jess. Welcome to the chat. Okay, so once again, fear is nothing more than the reflection of the limits you have accepted in your mind. Oh, like really? So I'm just tricking myself up here. Womp womp. Womp womp. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Good morning to my YouTube viewer. Welcome to the chat. Let me get these screens. You guys, 1 second. I'm going to pull my YouTube screen like out and like make it one side of the screen. And I'm going to pull my notes out and make it the other side so I can make sure I don't miss anything in the comments. Okay, so then the conversation goes on to say that fear is a shadow. And by the way, a lot of this is like I did take verbatim. Some of it is going to be my own paraphrasing. So please, like, once again, this is a Neville Goddard YouTube video. This is where I got this information from. It says, fear is nothing but a shadow that lingers when you forget the true source of your true strength. Can anybody guess what the true source of your true strength is? Can anybody guess what the true source of your true strength is? What is it? Anybody? Do I have anybody brave souls in the class? Have I become a teacher? Is this Lindsay's classroom? Should it say like, welcome to Lindsay with Love, spiritual school? I don't know. Should it? Boom, Marsha. Marsha coming in hot. Go on, my friend. You got it, Marsha. Kelsey says your mind. Yep, close. Your imagination. Marsha knows her Neville Goddard. I love this. Kelsey, welcome to the chat. Thanks for being brave. Your heart and your mind, Lala. Yes, I love that. So oftentimes as adults, we forget we have an imagination. But it's not that we forget. It's just that we've been conditioned to not use it because heaven forbid we still have fun as, 30-somethings, 40-somethings, 50-somethings. We got to be serious. Got to be serious. Carly brings the hope. Welcome to the chat. I love that name. I love that name. All right. So he goes on to say that fear is powerless where faith reigns. Why? Because the mind cannot actually serve two masters. So fear and faith cannot exist simultaneously. And so fear is powerless when you have faith. Happy 11/11, Carly. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Happy 11/11. Happy Venus moving into Capricorn. Happy almost full moon energy. You guys, if you want in to manifest under the full moon with me, we're manifesting together on the 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on Zoom. The Manifesting Club doors close tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day to get in before we manifest together as the club. Join us. On the full moons, we cut cords together as well. So there's a lot of releasing that happens during the meditation part of the session. You do not need any experience meditating. You do not need any experience in how to use your energy. You just have to show up with love in your heart and the desire to create your best reality. So please make sure to get in before tomorrow, because I'm closing the doors. I have to close the doors so I can send everybody the Zoom details and all of that stuff and do any like technical fixing if there's any issues. All right. Shay, 11, oh, go ahead. You know what? Never mind. I don't have to answer that for Carly. Carly can answer that in chat. Okay, so he says, the conversation goes on to say that your imagination then is your escape from the prison of the fear that you've put yourself in. Your imagination, oh, the sun. You know what? I'm so grateful for the sun, but it makes me want to really squint my eyes. Open your eyes, Lindsay. Your imagination is your escape from the prison of fear. The prison of fear, by the way, that you put yourself in, because just at the beginning of this conversation, we learned that fear is nothing more than the reflection of the limits you have accepted in your mind. Patty, welcome to the chat. You're doing it today. Yeah! Shay, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to meet you IRL over Zoom, and I cannot wait to welcome you into the club. Yep, you guys, for $11 a month, you can join the Manifesting Club, and we manifest together once with the full moon and once with the new moon each month. And so it's actually only $5.50 if you show up twice for yourself. And the rest of the schedule for this year is as follows. The 14th, we manifest at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The doors will reopen again because we manifest together again on December 2nd at 8 p.m., which is a Monday, with the new moon energy. And then we manifest together again Friday the 13th at 10 a.m. with the full moon energy. Friday the 13th is going to be a good one because everybody likes Friday the 13th. I feel like it's got, lots of energy behind it. And we're going to cut some cords. Every full moon we cut cords. It's going to be super powerful. So please join if you'd like. And if you don't like, then don't join. Doesn't matter to me. I'm out here creating my best life. If you'd like to join me doing that, please. That emerald ring is so freaking sharp. I'll tell my mans you love it. I got into a really bad car accident and almost died. And then like a couple months later, he finally got me my ring. We're not married. We said, we'll commit to each other for life. I said, I don't really care about a wedding. It's you guys, I'm Venus in Aquarius. I do things a little different when it comes to that sort of thing. But I did say, do you want a beautiful ring? And then he went and just like, he really went for it and totally outdid himself. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. It's like my superpower. All right. My energy is so beautiful. Well, thank you. Welcome to the chat. Please join us Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you ever miss a session, if you ever miss Lindsay's spiritual school, should I change it? Should it say like, welcome to Lindsay with Love, spiritual schools in session or something? I feel like at this point, I'm like, okay, kids, get your notebooks ready. If you ever miss any of the conversation though, you can always find me on replay at I Am Lindsay with Love on YouTube, because I'm streaming on YouTube right now as well. All right, let's keep going. So your imagination is how you're going to escape this prison fear that you put yourself in. Thank you for sharing the live. Sassy Southern G, I love that. Welcome to the chat. Welcome, welcome. Linda, welcome. Blue Moon, Sky, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Naomi, thanks for the likes, you guys. You guys, thank you so much for all the engagement. By the way, it really helps me. We got back to level League C1 if you didn't notice, which is really great. I love that. So thanks for helping me with that. I can't do it without you guys, by the way. I can't go up to new levels without anybody helping me. So I really appreciate the follows, the comments, the hearts, the likes, the shares. Thank you for the follows, Sassy Southern Gal Mal. That's so cute. I love that. So if you persist in believing in limitation, fear will always be your companion. I'm going to say it again, slower. If you persist in believing in limitation, fear will always be your companion. So in other words, if you continue to look at the world through the lens of limitation, through the lens of lack, through the lens of not enough, not good enough, not whatever enough, not, you're always going to be living in some sort of fear prison. That's just how it is. Neville tells us so. And honestly, I believe Neville because I used to live that life and it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. So good morning, Allison. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Good morning, positivity. Ela? I'm not sure. Please help me say your name. Ela? Am I saying it right? Good morning. Welcome to the chat. I like that. Escape fear, retrain thoughts. You got it, Lala. You got it. Hey, welcome. All right. So, and we know that when you're always living in fear, you're kind of always living in lack, right? Because how can you have total abundance? By the way, this is like a Lindsay segue. We're going off Neville for a second. How can you have total abundance if there's something limiting in your life? You can't. It's just like how fear and faith can't live together. Lack and abundance can't live together, right? It has to be one or the other. So if you're abundant even in one area of your life, you should just tell yourself you're totally abundant in all areas because you've already proven that you can be super abundant in one area. Right? When I say areas of life, I'm thinking like an abundance of really great friends or an abundance of support, a support group, an abundance of fulfilling career, an abundance of a really powerful, respectful, beautiful, loving relationship with a partner, right? Abundance of money, because let's be real, we're still living, I don't want to call it the Matrix. I don't think we're ever going to escape the Matrix. I think we learn how to play the game of life with what we've got. And you better believe I'm getting pretty dang good at it. I'm at like 18.7 thousand followers or something now. I'll probably be at like 20 by the end of the month, I would assume. Actually, I'll be more than that because I'm going to be posting all my horoscopes and my predictions. I love it. I'm abundant in all areas of life. Well, if you are abundant in at least one, just prove to yourself you can do abundant. You can create abundance. Okay. Jenna, welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. And thank you for all of your nice comments on all my astrology videos, Jenna. I really appreciate that. I really do. I see you, my friend. So thank you. So we've got to stop living in fear. We don't want to do that. Thank you for the heart puffs. Thank you. Good morning. Sorry. You don't have to be sorry for anything. You're here. You're right in divine order. So he goes on to say in the video that fear is a symptom. Oop, I lost my spot. Fear is a symptom of unassumed power. We talk about this all the time. We talked about this right before the election. People were like, how do we manage our anxiety? How do I stay grounded during the election? And I was like, oh, what do you mean? Like, why do you have to? You create your reality. So anytime that you're giving anybody power to control your life outside of you and God, source, universe, creator, because we're co-creating together, right? And by the way, at this channel, if you're new here, I call it God, source, universe, creator, love. Name it what you will. We're not talking about names of the energy that surrounds us. We're talking about the energy that surrounds us. Arwell, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Allison, how do you create abundance if you're living through a stressful situation? It's very tricky. You have to find the calm first. You have to calm your mind. You don't have to, I'm sorry. I recommend you calm your mind, ground yourself. So yeah, it's going to be tricky if you're super stressed. Now, by the way, you can be super calm. You know how they say like the calm within the storm, or it's the calm before the storm, but I just made that the calm within the storm. You can be super calm and there can be chaos around you. I live a very calm life, even though the world tries to make my life chaotic. But I'm empowered, you see. So I don't really care about who is the president of the United States. I don't really care about like what Joe Schmo says about my TikTok. I don't really, because it doesn't matter because I'm the one creating, right? So if I'm creating my reality and I know, and Neville talks about it in a second. If I know I'm jumping ahead, but if I'm kind of on a channel, so I'm going to keep going with it, a download. If I know I'm the one creating my own reality, I don't have to fear anything. It doesn't matter who's doing what around me because I'm creating with God, source, universe, creator. Good morning, Marlena. Happy 11/11. Welcome to the chat. Mama Sunshine, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Who else? So for those of you that are feeling like in a stress situation, here's what I would recommend you do. Play the game. The game for you would be, how can I be calm even in a stressful situation? Can I get in touch with my higher self that is safe, that knows I'm safe, that knows I'm secure, that knows I'm the creator, that is confident, that says this is just a moment, a quick blip, and it can pass because energy is always moving. Can you get right with that version of you? And it's kind of like, I mean, you could turn it into like a game, and you're at like kind of like level, not the best, but you're working your way up to higher levels, right? That's how I feel my life, by the way. It's a game. It's a whole experiment. It's a whole experiment. Like, it's not ever like, okay, once I hit this, I'm going to be super happy. It's like, I'm going to be super happy and I'm going to have a lot of fun doing this. And then I'm going to see how fast I can get it. That's my mentality. It's not once I get there, I'll feel relieved. Once I get there, I'll feel fulfilled. Once I get there, I'll feel like a hot girl doing hot shit. I'm going to have a really fun time. And I'm going to stay in the best mood ever. And I'm going to keep making my moves and taking my actions. And I'm going to see how this all works together like a nice little puzzle. And then how fast I can get to what I actually want. That's the game I'm playing. But it's not fast in a rushing way, by the way. Let me make this very clear. It's fast in like let's see how quickly I can actually co-create. So I'm not rushing around. You guys know I don't like to rush. I don't rush. Your girl does not rush. How can I be doing my best work if I'm rushing? That's impossible. Okay. So much fun. Shay says. Lala says, I am the only one creating my own reality with God's source creator. Exactly. Thank you for the roses, Shay. I appreciate you lighting up my gift gallery. So much fun. Love you, Lala. Same to you, girlfriend. Can't wait to see you guys again. I hope to see you for the Manifesting Club on Thursday night. VIP Aaron says, I haven't had my hands, but OMG, as the chats are, wait, what? As many chats as we've had, you saying it that way was powerful. Yeah, I'm getting better and better. Do you guys notice that? If you've been hanging out with me, I don't know, maybe it's only me that I'm sure some of you noticed, but it's like I'm getting better and better at relaying the information, which I'm very grateful for because it's a whole thing to even put yourself out there and be like, this is what you do, by the way, this is how to do it. But it's another thing to be able to like hit the soul with the words, you know? It's a personal game of chess for me, VIP Deborah. Same. And it's not in a and by the way, it's not in a manipulative, I know you don't mean it this way, VIP Deborah. I know. It's not strategic in a manipulative way. It's like, how can I, it's having fun. It's like a game, right? Not like I'm going to use this person as a pawn or this. And I know that's not what you're saying, but it's just like, how can I make this fast? I want to see like, how powerful am I really? That's the question I'm always asking myself. How powerful are you really? If you're empowered, how powerful, how empowered are you? And you'll know really quickly, like, are things starting to go exactly as you desired it to? Well, then you know how empowered you are. And then some days I'm off and some days I'm more on. That's just normal because we're humans and our energy is always moving. VIP Aaron in the house. Thanks for being here. Yes, you truly are sharing your beautiful gifts. Thank you, Lala. That's so sweet. Ah! All right. Grateful I aligned with you this morning. Mama Sunshine, I'm grateful that you're here. And I love the sunshines. Thank you. Thank you. I'm being poured with sunshine right now. I love that. Okay, so let's keep going. I just got off on a whole like Lindsay lesson for a second. So he says to overcome fear is to realize that you are the creator of your, this always happens. To overcome fear is to realize you are the creator of your own reality. Thank you for the heart me VIP Aaron. 7.7 thousand likes on my end, you guys. Thank you so much. 28 minutes of streaming, a little bit more because YouTube was being sassy with me this morning. Laura, welcome to the chat. To overcome fear is to realize you are the creator of your own reality. We talked about this the other day, which I was like, yes, this is a confirmation. Fear becomes irrelevant when you live this way. What did I say the other day? Let me get the notes really quickly. I said something like, if you're creating your own reality, what do you have to fear? If you know that you are, I have it written right here. I have all my, you guys, I just have like, does anybody else do this where you have like stacks and stacks of notes? And then you like cross them off, but then it's like you don't want to rewrite one note onto another piece of paper, so you just have like a bunch of papers. Is it just me? Anyone else? Okay, so I wrote right here, and I wrote it here because I want to make sure I put it on TikTok. It says, "There's no such thing as fear. How could you be afraid if you know what you're creating?" So it's the only time you actually have fear is when you're in the in-between of not realizing how powerful you are. So you're here. I don't know where you're at. I'm just saying for those of us that are not in full-on creator mode, which I've fully stepped into, by the way. I'm super powerful for that, or super proud of that. It took a lot of effort, by the way, a lot of consistency. It wasn't just one of those things where I'm like, now I'm a creator. Some people have that willpower, that brain power within them. Other people have to fight their ego a little bit, which is what I had to do. I've been knocked down way too many times. Nobody ever told me I wasn't good enough, but because of the things that I perceived as failures, I told myself I wasn't good enough for certain things. And then it took me a lot of time, VIP Aaron. Yeehaw, thank you for that. The mustache gets me every time. I can't even take myself seriously when I see that on the screen. Thank you so much. And then I had to tell myself, Lindsay, you actually are good enough. And then it took a lot of training of the brain to become good enough again. Not to become, sorry, it took a lot of training of the brain for me to believe that I was always enough. Always. Just because somebody else doesn't see your value doesn't mean that you do not have value. Okay? Whoa. Just because somebody else doesn't see your value doesn't mean you don't have value. I'm writing it down. Sorry, 1 second. That's when you look at that person and you say, thank you, next, right? Because, like, why are you spending time with people like that anyway? Oh, you guys, I love a good Monday morning chat. I swear, it's like I spend the weekend like having very nice moments of just like relaxation, and then I come in so hard in the paint on Mondays. Emily says, love that. AA Lydia, I think is how you say it. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the money gun. I totally missed that. VIP Aaron, oh man, was I writing? I wrote that one down too. I have stacks and stacks of notebooks. So do I. Thank you for the lightning bolt, Lala. I appreciate you. Hands free again, time to drive. Okay, do your thing, girl. Be safe. So let's keep going. He says, fear is powerless or faithful. Okay, we talked about that. He says, your awareness defines your world. Your awareness defines your world, which is why I think as my soul evolves, my soul mission evolves. And at first I thought it was that I was going to be energy healing every single soul on the planet. That would take a lot of time. I'm like, how am I going to do all this? But I didn't worry about the how. I stayed focused on the soul mission of raising the frequency of the planet. The soul mission overall, raising the frequency of the planet. How would I do that one energy healing client at a time? I don't know, but I was determined. I had something lighting up inside of me. There's like the fire was there, right? And now as I do what I'm doing, as I follow my soul mission, what I'm realizing is it's not so much about energy healing every single person. It's about reminding you and anyone that listens to me how powerful you actually are. It's about reminding you how valuable you are, how deserving and worthy you are, because you simply exist on this planet for no other reason. For no other reason. So it's becoming easier, I think, to reach my soul mission because now I don't have to sit and energy heal every single person one at a time. I can have conversations. Annette Must Love Travel, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. For all of you that are new here, please say hello in the comments below. And if you're interested, join the Manifesting Club. It's $11 a month. It's a subscription. So once you join, your card will be charged every month. Something to be mindful of. If you don't have the money to do it, please do not put yourself in a deficit to join the Manifesting Club. Just hang out with me for free Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not put yourself in a deficit. Hello, be humble. Welcome to the chat. I love that. Annette says good morning. Good morning, Annette. Thank you for being brave and saying hello. Hello, Delphi. Welcome to the chat. Cascade, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Delphi, welcome to the chat. Aurora, thank you for the chat. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. So many new people in the house. Emily, thank you for the follow. If you'd like to become a VIP like VIP Deborah, VIP Aaron, VIP Yafa Empress, you can click up here and subscribe to my channel for $4.99 a month just to show a little love and you become a VIP. Good morning, Cascade. Charms says, happy Monday. Welcome to the chat. Be humble. Thank you for the follow. All right. So your awareness is really where it's at, you guys. You have to become super aware. If you're listening to this conversation, you're already aware. You're aware because you wouldn't be listening or you wouldn't be interested in what I'm saying if you weren't. Okay. So you're already awakened to some degree or fully enlightened. Perhaps your Kundalini is fully rose like mine, or maybe it's just started, or maybe not at all, but you're on the spiritual journey nonetheless. I like to look at the journey as like you start the healing journey, and that's really a powerful place to start. That's where most people have to start. And then you fall in love with all the parts of you, good, bad, ugly, whatever, however they're perceived. And then all of a sudden now you're on this truth-seeking journey and life it becomes very, very beautiful. Thank you for the heart me, Annette. I appreciate you joining my team. Thank you for sharing my live, VIP Aaron. So he says fear is not an external, not eternal. Your girl missed an X in that note. Your awareness defines your world. Fear is not an external force. It's not an external force. It's a state of mind that you can overcome by shifting your attention. Remember, once again, fear and faith cannot exist together. It's either one or the other. How do you know when your Kundalini is rose or where you're blocked? Delphi, you will likely know your Kundalini has rose because you will feel the energy in your body. So my Kundalini, when it rose, I was sitting in meditation, getting ready. I don't do tarot, by the way, but I do for sometimes, like I have a couple of decks that I would just for funsies, like pull some cards or shuffle and see what comes out. This is at the very beginning of my journey. And I was meditating before I was pulling cards for one of my friends, or shuffling the cards. I did a quick meditation and my body started to spin like this. And I was like, why is my body moving? And why is my brain not telling my body to move? That is quite an interesting experience. And then I realized it was my Kundalini rising. It happened a couple of months after my, actually after my spiritual awakening. I feel very grateful for that, by the way. I really do. So you'll feel the energy moving in the body, and then you'll know where you're blocked just based on kind of where you're at in your own manifesting power. Because the Kundalini goes through the chakra system, and the chakra system is a system. So if you are like really good at manifesting, then you're probably fully open. And if you're like kind of tripped up in, say, fear or insecurity, then I would say you're dealing with blocked root. And so it kind of just depends. Kind of just depends on like what's happening in your life. Because realizing, you guys, that all the chakras in the body are in charge of something mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. So say you have a blocked root chakra, you would say, oh, I have knee problems. I have a problem with my knee. I would say, well, maybe you need to work on your root chakra. Are you afraid of moving forward in life? Because the knees help us walk forward, march forward. Or maybe you would say something like, I'm so afraid no matter what I do, I'm just so afraid I can't go live on TikTok. I'm just so afraid. And I would say, well, you also have a blocked root chakra. So maybe you don't have any knee problems, but you're, you're scared. So many different ways to kind of look at that. Yeah, no worries. You're welcome. And if you're interested in healing your entire chakra system, you guys, to actually unleash your manifesting power, I have a course called the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. I created it because I was in a tragic car accident. Well, I don't want to call it tragic. It wasn't tragic. It was quite eye-opening. Anyway, I was in a car accident where I thought I was going to die, but I didn't. And obviously, because here I am. Or did I? No, I'm just joking. And I had a really traumatic heart. That was traumatic. My heart chakra flew open, wide open very quickly. And it was just like, whoa. And so I created this course to really center my energy. And if you'd like to do that, please join. It's in the link in my bio called Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. Severe back problems, thinking root chakra. Nighttime ghost girl, is it lower back? If it's lower back, yes, it's your root. If it's upper back, then it would be higher up, like maybe heart chakra, throat chakra. It depends. Val Moreno, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. If you guys are interested, it's a $77 course. It's basically you have 7 chakras in the body, $11 to train all of your chakras into high vibrational frequency and get them in alignment. You have to be in alignment. You can't have one over here, one over here, one up here, which, by the way, they physically, like energetically, can sit in different places. And then once you are in alignment, you'll really manifest quite easily. All right, let's keep going. Lower, yeah, root chakra then. I would say focus on the root. If you want that course, it's $77, but since you're hanging out with me, use code POWER, POWER, and you can get 15% off. So not only can you activate your manifesting power, but you're also accepting abundance today by using the code POWER, POWER. Okay, so he says, fear arises. So how do we know what happens with fear? Oh, to overcome fear is to realize you're the creator of your own reality. We already talked about this. I have a heating pad under here, you guys, because I'm castor oiling, detoxing while I'm talking to you. So sorry, I gotta situate myself. He says, fear arises when you place your attention on the possibility of failure or loss. Fear arises when you place your attention on the possibility of failure or loss. He says, fear is rooted in perception that something could go wrong and pulls your focus away from the fulfillment of your desires. Should I read it again? Because that was a pretty good one. Should I read it again? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments below. Hi, I have a problem with my right knee. I would ask you, Rosa, are you having a hard time moving forward with something in life? Knee problems is typically you're energetically not moving forward from something in life. You're stuck somewhere in your life. Yes, Cascade says yes. Tony, yes. Lala, yes. VIP Deborah, yes. Delphi, let's go. All right. Fear arises. Maybe you guys close your eyes if you can, if it's safe. VIP Earn, do not close your eyes. You're driving. If you are in a safe place to close your eyes, I'll read it nice and slow. I'm going to put my hands on my heart. I'm going to slow down my words. Let it hit your soul and Pay attention to the energy in your body. Where is the energy moving? Does it feel good to hear these words? Does it feel validating? Does it feel sticky? Does it feel uncomfortable? What does it feel? Okay. Close the eyes if you can. I'm going to read. Fear arises when you place your attention on the possibility of failure or loss. Fear is rooted in perception that something could go wrong and pulls your focus away from the fulfillment of your desires. So what those two very short kind of easy sentences tell us is that you control whether or not you live in fear, because it's when you place your attention on something. And it also says it's rooted in perception, which means it's not even real. It's just something that you've conjured up in your brain that could go wrong. My mom used to worry for everything. And I was like, Mom, you are making up like random things in your brain that will likely probably never happen. Like, why? Why are you making these stories up? Like, why? What is the point of this? It's not fun. Why don't you just make up the story that everything great is going to happen, right? Love that so much. Delphi says, welcome to the chat, inspired by Amor. Welcome, welcome. X Kira X 1111. Love to everyone. Same to you, X Kira. Emily says, not me, about to start a business and having knee surgery soon. Emily says, oh boy. Well, you got this. Just because you have knee surgery and are starting a business, you can do both of those things. A lot of people are living in this world of either or. I've either got to do this or I've got to do that. But you can be both and. You can do it all. Both and. Honor your energy and you can be both and. If you don't honor your energy, by the way, this is not Neville Goddard. This is a Lindsay conversation right now. If you do not honor your energy, or you have a hard time honoring your energy, what do I mean by that? When you're tired, genuinely tired, you allow yourself to rest, fully rest, surrender to it. And when you have a lot of energy, you go for it. You're productive, you're having fun, you're creative, you're lively, you're spending time with friends, you're doing things that light you up inside. If you honor your energy, you can live a both and life. Both and meaning I can be a stay-at-home mom and a content creator and a great wife and a da-da-da and a da-da-da and a da-da-da-da-da. We are multifaceted beings. So do not try your best not to put these labels on yourself, because the second you start to label yourself, you're anchoring yourself to a very specific energy that, like, energy is meant to be moving, right? But if you don't honor your energy, then you likely will live an either or life. I can either be a stay-at-home mom and a good wife, or I could be this doesn't, a content creator and a stay-at-home mom, but not a good wife. I have to choose some of them because I only have enough energy for these couple of things. But in reality, your energy is everlasting. It's constant. It's a constant flow of energy. But if you're not honoring it correctly, and if you're not really allowing yourself the rest you need or to be productive and creative when you can, then it becomes kind of challenging, right? Because you don't have optimal flow in the body. If you can't do anything else, if you don't have time to meditate, if you don't set aside the time to meditate, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If you don't set aside the 10 minutes to meditate every single day, if you don't set aside the 10 minutes to get some steps in every day and start to get some movement in the body so you can get some downloads and creative ideas into your brain, if you don't set aside that time, at least honor your energy. At least do the best you can to honor it. Now, I know we all have life. I know that there's things that are responsibilities and they're commanding and they're, you know, I have kids and I have this and I have that. I know, I'm not saying like just drop your responsibilities. What I'm saying is when it is time to rest, do it fully. Don't doom scroll on TikTok while you have the TV on with some music in the background. Like if your rest is like soaking in a tub for an hour, go try to do that, or 30 minutes or whatever. But it's all about setting boundaries as well, especially for those of us that have, a little bird just landed right on my window. That was so sweet. Especially for those of you who have kids, a family, sports, all the things. It's the trickiest, but you have to set some boundaries. And ask for help. Use your voice, right? Use the power of your voice to ask for help and all those things. VIP Deborah says, text Kira, give me some kisses. I just felt my heart beating with both hands on my heart when you read that. Oh, beautiful. Was it a good beating or was it like a nervousness? VIP Deborah. Cascade Charms says, chronic shoulder neck pain associated with the throat chakra. Yeah, throat, heart, living in your authentic power, authenticity. My throat chakra activated a couple months after this accident. I was coming back from a really nice brunch, and I was living in Las Vegas on the Strip at the time, in the beautiful Waldorf Astoria. I still can't believe I lived in the Waldorf Astoria. It was really exciting. It was an interesting moment in my life. We were coming back from the Bellagio from a really nice brunch, and I had this voice right when I walked into the door of the condo we were living in, the kind of like loft. It was on the 33rd floor, imagine. And I walked into the house and they said, you need to go lie down in meditation right now. And I was like, oh, it just was this force that came over me. And I was like, I don't really know like what compelled me to say, okay, to go do that. But I did because it just seemed so serious at the time. And when I lied down, it was very serious. It was the exact moment that my throat chakra activated. I dropped into meditation faster than I ever have in my whole life. Still to this day, it was the fastest I've ever dropped in. And if you meditate, you know what I mean by drop in. Like everything just goes kind of like weightless. You're one with the universe. You don't feel the floor. You don't feel your body parts differentiated. You just are. And I started to hear see blue, and I started to hear really lovely music. I've never heard music in meditation since then. I was meditating without music, by the way. I just went to the floor, lie down, and all of a sudden I heard throat chakra activation 3 times, and I was like, oh, this is good. Because I already knew my third eye was open, because everybody's third eye, that's where the spiritual awakening happens, is in the third eye, right? Because this is where your spiritual essence and your intuition lives. So you have to have a wider perspective. You have a broader perspective to be awake. So it always starts there. But then what happens is too many people don't pay attention to the rest of the chakra system. And so they get stuck kind of just in their, kind of in like their spiritual mind, I guess. Well, you don't want to get stuck there. You want to be able to manifest your best reality, right? Oh, Jessica says, so glad I caught the tail end of this. I love your explanation. Well, thank you. Oh boy, Zephyrus, is that how you say it? I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Thank you for the follow. Emily says, I have full body chills from these words. You have spoke to my soul. I love that. I'm glad it resonated for you. Smooth, very smooth, VIP Deborah. Yeah, it resonates, right? It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Make it make sense. Okay, it makes sense. It was 11.1. Now it's 13.1 thousand likes. You guys, thank you. Jessica Lynn Sanders says, I meditate when my kids go to bed every night. Then I talk to the stars and be grateful. I love that. How do you settle yourself for meditation to begin? Lala, just lie down. I lie down in meditation. I'm a lie down meditator kind of person. I don't like to sit up. I prefer lying down. But if I'm like working with clients, obviously I'm sitting up. And I listen to either guided meditation or meditation music. Lately, I've been listening to transcendental meditation music, and that is powerful. I don't recommend it unless you've actually been like meditating for a good amount of time. Like you guys, the spiritual process is a process, and it's a consistent effort process. It's not like a lie down once and like meditate myself into a new frequency, although it could happen, right? Quantum leaping, that does happen. Lauren B, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. You always fall asleep when you're trying to meditate, then try sitting up if you're doing it lying down. I thank the sun, the moon, and blow kisses to the moon. I forgot about the stars. Thank you. Oh, that's super sweet, you guys. Let's keep going with the conversation. Actually, you know what? This is a really good time very quickly. If you guys have been following along with me, let's do our journaling just really quickly because I want to keep this going and I want to see how quickly we can get to 50,000. So let's do the dang thing already. So if you're new here and you don't know what we're going to do, I listened to a podcast with a neurosurgeon named Dr. Jim Doty talking to Mel Robbins about how he's proven that manifesting is very scientific. I mean, I didn't need the science. I believe in it. I have the faith. I'm a Pisces double Cancer, so science doesn't really matter to me. I know what I'm doing and I know how it works for me and I know how to teach it to others. But if you need the science, you could go listen to that podcast or you could go watch my replays from Thursday and Friday last week on YouTube at I Am Lindsay with Love. Anyway, we're going to write down our intention. So for me, he says, write down what it is you desire, your manifestation. Number 1, write it down every single day. Writing it down, pen to paper, not fingers to notepad on the phone. Pen to paper is very powerful, getting your physical senses involved. I took it a step further inside, use NLP. So putting in, I vividly see, I can hear, I can sense, I can smell what it's going to be like, blah, 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 right? Then he says, read it silently. Then he says, read it out loud. Then he says, hands on the heart, feel the experience visualizing. So I'm going to do mine while you guys do yours. And if you're new here, you can listen to what I'm writing. I'm going to read it out loud as I write so you understand what's going on. So I'm manifesting 50,000 followers because 50,000 people means somebody's becoming empowered by my words, and I'm helping raise the frequency of the planet. That's my soul mission, okay? Has nothing to do with my ego, has everything to do with my soul mission. You have to manifest for things out of love for all people, not just you, or else it's going to be really hard to manifest. It says, so mine says, I vividly see 50,000 followers on my TikTok page. And I can feel how proud and excited I am as I share this with my partner, and I can hear him tell me how amazing it is and how proud of me he is, because this is what the conversation always is. And how I'll be at, he always doubles it and says I'll be at it like in like 2 months, and how I'll be at 1000K, right? So that's double. And he usually says like in a couple of months. So I'll say like in 2 months. Let's just put a number in. So make sure you guys are writing down every single day. Now, I didn't write down Saturday and Sunday. I'm not going to lie. I'm very transparent. It's one of the oaths I had to make around this spiritual journey. And what I'm here to do in the world is I have to be transparent. I did not write down on Saturday and Sunday, but I did while I was getting my steps in, while we were like doing our morning routine, I did visualize and say it out loud. Okay, so I did all the other steps. I just didn't write it down. All right. Do you know the title of that episode? The Mel Robbins one, you can just search on YouTube, Mel Robbins with Dr. Jim Doty. And if you want to watch like our conversation around it, I broadcasted over Thursday and Friday, which was Thursday was, anybody with the dates, the 7th and 8th and 9th. You can go on my YouTube at I Lindsay with Love and just look for Daily Live with Lindsay with Love. That's December. That's not going to help me. 7th and 8th. 7th and 8th is when we talked about it. And I watched it over those 2 mornings that we talked about it. Andrea, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. 8 and 9. Thank you. We'll catch the rest on replay. Have a great day. Have a great day, VIP Aaron. I hope you have a great Monday. Namin, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Oops. 8 and 9. 7 and 8. 7 and 8. Thursday and Friday. Okay, so now that we've written it down, we have to read it silently to ourselves. We have to read it out loud. I vividly see my 50,000 followers on my TikTok page, and I can feel how proud and excited I am as I share this with my partner, and I can hear him tell me how amazing it is and how proud of me he is and how I'll be at 100,000 in 2 months. And then once you're done reading it out loud, you sit back, put your hands on your heart in either prayer or however you like to do it. I like to do this because it really helps me tap in. And you can breathe into and out of your heart, really pulling your breath into your heart, opening the heart like a flower, gently closing it like a flower. And what I'm visualizing right now is not me looking at my TikTok and seeing 50,000, but what I'm actually visualizing and experiencing at this moment is me. I know exactly where we'll sit. He'll come home from work. He'll sit on the edge of the sofa. I'll sit right next to him. Our little dog will be in between because that's what she likes to do when he gets home from work. And I'll turn my phone to show him, and he'll take a second to realize what he's looking at. And then he'll see 50,000. He'll be like, oh my gosh, babe, that's amazing. He'll say, keep going. And then he'll be like, babe, you're going to be at 100,000 in like 2 months. He always tells me, he always doubles it and usually says like by the end of this month or in a couple months. So that's exactly what's happening. I'm just tapping into that feeling. I'm experiencing it. And I'm breathing into and out of my heart chakra. All right, you guys, let's keep having the conversation about Neville. I'm actually going to date this And then for you guys that are here hanging out with me, when you're manifesting whatever you're manifesting, when I do hit 50,000, because it'll happen, right? I know it's going to happen. So when I do, we have to date this. So we started on 11/7/24. I'm dating it because first and foremost, I want to see how long it took. I like to know, like, let's just see. Everybody has a gestation period. It takes baby chicks 21 days to hatch. It takes human babies about 9 months to hatch. I don't want to say it like that. Be born. Everything has a gestation period, right? I want to know what my manifesting one is. And I want to know if I'm following the neurosurgeon, how long it took. Well, I want to see. Because my life is a fun game. It's a fun experiment. It's an adventure, as is yours. All right, let's keep going. Has everybody has everybody gotten everyone's written down their manifestations? Let's keep going. So he says, fear arises when you place your intention on the possibility of failure or loss. We just learned this. It's rooted in perception that something could go wrong, and it pulls your focus away from the fulfillment of your desire. So basically what he's saying is you have to be focused on the fulfillment of your desire. The second that fear pops in, it breaks that attention connection. And then all of a sudden now you're kind of like, going the wrong way. Marcelli, you can manifest without writing it, but he does say step 1 is writing it down. So, but I mean, I understand some people can't write it down or whatever. So yes, of course, you can manifest. Your thoughts are what manifests anyway, your thoughts. He says fear arises, we know, by placing the intention the wrong way. Faith is grounded in confidence, he says. He says, when you hold the conviction that your desires are already fulfilled in the unseen realm, fear cannot take root. So I just sat there and focused in on my partner and I having that conversation. I absolutely know there's not a single doubt in my mind. I know I'm going to hit 50,000 and then I'm going to hit 100,000. And assuming TikTok stays around forever, I'll be at millions. I just know that. How do I know that? Because that's what I'm creating. And I know how powerful I am. So I know that. So I'm not afraid. How could I be afraid? I know exactly what I'm creating. Spiritual AF says, I'm having this issue now and can't seem to move it away from the fears. So he says, let's see then. We've got to tap into the imagination then, spiritual AF. He says that so faith is grounded in confidence. When you hold the conviction that your desires are already fulfilled in the unseen realm, fear cannot take root. It just cannot. You can only have faith or fear. You have to pick one. He says the two cannot reside within you simultaneously because they draw from entirely two different sources of energy. One empowers you while the other limits you. One is the path to manifestation. The other is a barrier to it. You must choose where you place your attention. Spiritual AF, if you are interested in either joining the Manifesting Club, we are meeting on Thursday night. You will start to release your fears when you hang out with me and you hang out with the people that are inside the Manifesting Club and inside the Cosmic Collective. They're very courageous people. And many of them came to me with like, what the heck is happening in my life? And now they're like, life is fine. Life is good. Or at least they're on the track to getting exactly where they want to go. You got to hang out with people who are not afraid to create their reality first and foremost, if you're struggling with it. And people inside the Manifesting Club, by the way, have big dreams and they're telling each other, we're telling each other our big dreams inside of there. And not a single soul is laughing because if you did, I would just kick you out. Not a single soul is like questioning how it's going to happen. It's just, let's manifest together. Let's be able to admit our dreams to somebody else. And that person, that stranger on the internet who will likely become your friend, is going to support you in creating your best reality. Spiritual AF VIP Deborah says, please come and join. It'll be well worth it for you. Yeah. It's hard to get over your fears. The tricky part about fears is the only way to release your fears is to face them. But if you're so stuck in fear, how the heck are you ever going to face it? Well, start working with your root chakra. Google it on the internet. If you cannot join, if you can't get my Unleash Your Manifesting Power course, if you don't have the funds for that, don't buy it. Start Googling. Use Google. The internet is your best friend. Google, how do I get out of fear? Well, we're listening to a whole Neville Goddard speech around it, right? So there's so many out there. VIP Deborah says, I've always just ran straight toward fear. Yeah, because you have a lot of faith inside of you, right? You have a lot of that 12th house energy. And some people are wired that way. I have a lot of faith too. I don't have a problem with not having faith. My biggest and best like things that have ever worked out like perfectly in my life are when I'm like, people are like, well, how are you going to do it? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm going to go. I'm just going to do it. I just know it's going to work out for me. I'm going to figure it out. Marcelli says, makes sense. Why not focus on the 3D? Because everything has a gestation period. Yeah, exactly. Everything. That's another thing too, is everything has a gestation period. So most of my manifestations, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to like solidify it, but I was noticing a bit of a pattern around how long certain things took for me. I was noticing that pattern. I said, okay, well, maybe that's my manifestation period. That's my gestation period. So you have to be cool and spiritual AF. I would ask you why you are afraid, because didn't we just learn that if you're the one creating your reality, then what are you afraid of? Unless you're creating a reality you don't like, then I would say, if you know you're the one creating your reality, and this is for everybody listening, not just you, spiritual AF. If you know, maybe you really don't know, but say you just want to believe what I'm telling you because it sounds better in your brain today than anything else that you've ever heard. If you know that you're the one creating your reality and you're intentional about creating, then there is not a single thing to fear. What would you fear? Oh shoot, I created it wrong. Like it's not going to happen because you're creating it exactly how you desire it to be. Right? You're welcome, Marcelli. Thanks for being here. And thanks for being so brave as a newbie in the chat. I love it. I love it. Love it. So he says, imagination. So let's keep going then, spiritually AF. He says, imagination is your mental freedom. Imagination is your mental freedom. So when people are living in anxiety, they're in a fear prison, worrying about the future. And if they were to just tap into their imagination, rather than being so focused in on the illusion that is the reality that surrounds them, because your reality is internal and then it's projected externally, right? So imagination is your mental freedom. Just start imagining. Well, rather than this feeling like shit, I'm just going to imagine it feels good. I'm going to imagine I feel better. I'm going to imagine that I have all the money that's constantly flowing to me in the world. I imagine that I get paid to exist. I imagine that I have everything I need and more. I imagine that because I figured this out for myself, I can help other people how to do it, teach other people how to do it. I imagine that when I teach other people how to do it, I'm going to help raise the frequency of the planet. I imagine that sometime when I'm no longer in this body and I've transitioned into something else, I can learn even more secrets and maybe I come back. And if I do come back, I imagine I can even teach more people. And if I don't come back, I imagine it'll be really cool out in the ethers. I don't know what I'll be doing out there, but I'm sure it'll be awesome. And I've just imagined my whole transition from my body, the D word, and I'm not even nervous. I'm like, okay, well, let's see what happens. You see, like everything doesn't have to be this like anxiety, fear-ridden thing. It can just be you can just imagine really powerful things. I actually do imagine when I transition out of this body, I'll be some sort of like angel or something. I don't imagine, unless I choose to come back, which probably that's like some weird thing I've done for myself. But I don't know. I don't imagine it will be some wild thing. I think I'll be like some sort of like fluttering like angel fairy or something. Oh, spiritual AF. I'm almost when you're clean. I have many fears of failing my family. You're not. How are you failing? First and foremost, I'm so proud of you. You took control of your life. You stepped into your empowerment. There's no such thing. Neville's telling us there's no such thing as failure. No such thing. Stay focused on what you desire. What are you creating now? Now that you're clean and now that you have the brain fog is gone and the mental capacity is there, what are you creating? Start creating this powerful, beautiful life for yourself. Don't worry about that. That's in the past. We've let that go, right? We've let that go. Just joining. Welcome, Maestro, I think is how you say it. Welcome. A beautiful Cree. Welcome to the chat. Lorena, thank you for the follow. Thanks for being here. Yes, congratulations. Exactly. Did anyone wake up at 3 a.m. or haven't gone back to sleep? Maestra, is it Maestra? VIP Deborah. Yeah, VIP Deborah did. It was easy living in another state. Now I'm home in that past environment and stuck. Well, then maybe you need to change the environment again, right? Remember, there's always choice, you guys. There's always choice. There's always choice. He says that the world, he says, your world is shaped by ideas that you consistently hold in your mind. We know this. And the world that you reflect, the world reflects what you believe to be true about yourself and your life, whether consciously or unconsciously. Maestra is like a teacher in Spanish. Maestra. All right, thanks for confirming. Maestra, right? Now I'm like, can I even maestra? I'm like, can I even remember my Spanish pronunciations? And he says the outer world cannot operate independently of your consciousness. This, oh my gosh, you guys, we're already 20 minutes over. So we're going to end the session and we'll finish this conversation tomorrow. So please come back tomorrow. But this is actually something very powerful to end this call on. By the way, it's not going to end right after this. We're going to get on the energetic wave. So please stick around if you're new here. The energetic wave will set you up to have a really powerful day in a high frequency space. Okay. Yes, correct. Thank you, Lorena. I appreciate that. So thank you for confirming my pronunciation. He says, maybe if you can close your eyes, you guys, and really listen to the words. I'll read it a couple of times, but let's start here. The outer world cannot operate independently of your consciousness. The world in this sense is neutral, always responding to the internal state you maintain. The outer world cannot operate independently of your consciousness. That makes sense, right? Because when we do pass, we no longer have an outer world. Energetically speaking, yes, but from a physical perspective, no. Okay. He says the world in this sense is neutral, always responding to the internal state you maintain. This is how I know that I will have 50,000 followers soon enough. Because the world is neutral and my internal state is, Lindsay, you're on the road to 50,000 followers. You're on the road to helping more and more people see how powerful they are. You're on the road to opening more people's eyes to their own awareness, to their own magical gifts, to their own abilities, capabilities. Should I read it one more time and then we'll get on the energetic wave? Because this is deep. It is powerful, VIP Deborah says. And it's the best place to, I think, end the call. Powerful Nurse Rose says, welcome back. I think you were here on Friday, Nurse Rose. Welcome back to the chat. I think I've seen you before. Thanks for being here. Finding Grace, thanks for the like. One more time, you guys. Third time's a charm. Let's do it. The outer world cannot operate independently of your consciousness. In other words, your consciousness is what makes the world exist. Let's say it very simply. Your consciousness is what makes the world exist. The world in this sense is neutral, always responding to the internal state you maintain. In other words, your internal state dictates what happens in your outer world. Everything is neutral. We have got to remember everything is neutral. Everything is neutral. So when you're having a shitty day, rather than it being just a traffic jam, which means there's just a lot of cars on the freeway all at the same time, rather than saying, oh my gosh, this is the worst day ever and all these cars and blah, 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 you just say it is what it is. This is the perfect time for me to listen to that Neville Goddard YouTube video I've been wanting to listen to. This is a perfect time that I've been to figure out, what are the basics of stock trading and dividend reinvestment so I can make my money work for me. This is the perfect time to call my mom and catch up because I haven't talked to her in a couple days. Everything is neutral. So we train our brains to the positive so we can heal ourselves. Then we fall fully in love with ourselves, no matter the good, the bad, the ugly, because it's all neutral anyway. It's just a perception that you've given. And then call your mama. When I lived in California, every day home from work, I basically would call my mom. It was always a good 30 to an hour conversation. Usually about 45 minutes for a 14-mile drive. Welcome to Cali. And so if everything's neutral, we heal ourselves and we fall in love with ourselves and then we create our best reality. And if you're somewhere in between all of those phases, or you're not even starting and you have no idea what I'm talking about before, for whatever reason you felt compelled to watch me this morning, then congratulations, you've started. And now it's just it's a journey. It's a process. It's not a fast sprint. We're not running, the 100-meter dash, 100-yard dash, 100-meter, whatever. Anyway, we're not doing that. We're hanging out every single day, getting a little bit better at our own awareness, understanding how our own energy is creating with God, Source, Universe, Creator. Catherine, my friend, I was wondering where the heck you were. Welcome back to the chat. Don't leave yet, Dream McKay. We're about to get on the energetic wave. Let's do the dang thing. I hope you had a great trip, Catherine. All right, you guys, let's get on the energetic wave. If you're brand new here, what we're going to do is a couple of affirmations. We're going to do some breathing. We're going to do some actual manifesting together live on this call. Make sure that if you're interested in joining the Manifesting Club, it's a subscription, $11 a month. Once you're in, unless you email me to cancel. But if you do want to cancel, I will not ask you any questions about it. It's none of my business why you don't want to hang out with me anymore. Okay. And I don't take any offense. And what else? If you are interested in ordering any astrology reports for either gifts for the holidays or for yourself as a gift to yourself, please start ordering now. I cannot stress it enough. I'm one person and I write them myself because I'm interpreting your energy from a very high level, and it does take me time. And I'm not going to rush it because I will do the best job I can for every single client I have. So if you're interested in any of those reports, please get them now so you can get into my queue. I still have about 4. I have 4 people still in my queue, and we're only at the beginning of November. Okay. So please, 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 if you're interested, and let's get on the energetic wave. It's quite simple. If you're in a safe space to close your eyes, please do so now. Breathing into the nose, breathing in through the nose, letting it out of the mouth. What we're doing right now is just resetting our energy. You can do this anytime that you need a quick reset from a mental process you've been doing. Maybe you've been working on a certain project at work and now you're going into a meeting and you want to shift your energy, breathing in through the nose, letting it out of the mouth. One more deep breath in. The Manifesting Club doors do close tomorrow night because I have to have time to send all the Zoom information. Enter the Zoom on time, meditate with me for a little bit along with the members of the club, letting it go, and begin to create your best reality. And if you don't know what you want to manifest or you think you suck at manifesting, then come into the club and ask to become more confident, more secure with who you are, to see your own personal value. That's a really powerful place to start for a really reasonable price. All right, so let's think of something you want to manifest. Talking about all this manifesting, it is the 1111 portal, so why not? Let's go for it. Venus is switching signs out of Sagittarius into more serious, more committed, more responsible Capricorn today. And we have the full moon happening in the next couple of days on the 15th. We're manifesting together on the 14th, and you better believe we're cutting the cords, so get your scissors, your finger scissors at least handy. What are you manifesting? What did you just write down in your journal with me? You know, I'm manifesting 50,000 followers, but you also know I'm manifesting 20 million. So, but we're reasonably manifesting. We're going to get there eventually, right? When it's the right time. Repeating out loud if you can, silently if you must, saying it with conviction, you guys, from your stomach, from your belly and your heart. I am strong and I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. My little doggy has teethers with an underbite. She's always smiling at every single soul that walks by her. So show me your teethers. I freaking did it. Now you're talking to somebody else. You're telling them, I freaking did it. And they're like, why? And you're like, because I knew I could do it. I am strong and I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. You're so happy you're manifesting. You're happy you're about to tell somebody, I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. Now we're going to do some chakra work, breathing in and pulling the energy from the root at the base of your spine, up the back of your spine, out through the crown of the head, giving it to God, Source, Universe, to Creator. Feel, see, sense, experience. You're letting Co-Creator understand what you're manifesting. And on the exhale, you're bringing the energy back down the chakra system, through the crown, the back of the head, the back of the neck, down the back of the spine, to the root. If you feel your energy, circle that energy clockwise, cementing it into your physical reality. You are quite literally bringing things down to earth. That's why it's called that. Breathing in, pulling the energy up the chakra system, the visualization, the experience, what you're hearing. I vividly see 50,000 followers. I can hear my partner. What are you doing? Giving it to God, Source, Universe, Creator, out of the crown, so that the co-creator can understand what the heck they're helping us co-create. That's important, right? And on the exhale, bringing the energy down the chakra system, cementing it into your physical reality in a clockwise fashion. One more time. I am strong and I can do this. Smiling big, showing me your teethers. I can't wait to celebrate 50,000 with you guys. I really can't. And I'll be like, you guys remember back on this day when we did this? I remember. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. You are on the energetic wave, my friends. Thank you all for being here. If you are new, thank you for spending time with me. Who is on the wave? Let me know. Are you surfing? And if you fall off the wave, get back on the wave, you guys. The surfboard is attached to the ankle. We can always get back on the energetic wave. Do some quick breathing if you need to reset your energy. If you fall off the wave and you're like, what the heck were we even doing? Just think of the girl with the red hair in the morning that comes on TikTok in her bathrobe every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to follow me up here. You don't want to miss out. We do this every single Monday through Friday. And at the end of every single show, we will get on the energetic wave. You guys, we do not have time for the astrology of the day, but I promise you, I will make a video and have it posted by around like in the next hour or so. Okay. Redhead power, XOXO. Thank you, Nurse Rose. Thank you. Thank you. Still out of town. We'll be back till Wednesday. Okay, no worries. Well, enjoy your trip. Enjoy your trip. All right, you guys, have a great day. For those of you that want astrology reports, please get your order in sooner than later, especially if it's for a gift for the holidays. For those of you that are interested in joining the Manifesting Club, please join before doors close tomorrow night. I'll tell you guys again tomorrow in the morning live. Shay, you join by clicking the link in my bio. So click up here, go to my bio link, and then it's called the Manifesting Club. It's one of the first couple of links. And if you guys need a more extensive spiritual community, if you're looking for more guidance from me on a more personal level, then join the Cosmic Collective. Every single month I post spiritual lessons. So for those of you that are in the collective, by the way, I'm working on the lesson today. It will be posted by the end of today, I promise you. Spiritual lessons every single month. So at this point, you have about 6 months of spiritual lessons or 5 months inside of the Cosmic Collective already. 6 months of spiritual lessons. You get 2 monthly spiritual chats with me, and you get 1 group energy healing with me as well. I will post a spiritual chat, by the way, today as well. And the next energy healing session is the 18th. Just FYI for the Cosmic Collective people. And anyone else that wants anything else from me that perhaps you can't figure out what you need for yourself or you want my guidance, just DM me and I will answer as best I can for you. And if I don't have something for you, I will not try to sell you anything because that's not the kind of person I am, nor do I want that kind of business in my life. VIPE, it is so nice to see your beautiful face in here. Sending you the love. I hope you're feeling better and I hope to see you soon, my friend. Lots of love to all of you. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for being here, Marcelli, and thank you for joining the chat. You can't find it. Oh, boy. Hold on, then. In my bio link, you can't find it? Jeez Louise. Well, let me just make sure it's actually there in live. You know, I sometimes mess around with my links, and then it is the very second link in my bio. Shay. So click in my TikTok bio. Let me do it. Let me go to TikTok right now and make sure it's all working. It's going to be weird because I'm broadcasting live. Click the link in my bio. And then it says, number 1 says looking for a spiritual community. Number 2 says the Manifesting Club. Click the Manifesting Club. It's going to log on to a page. And then the page might take a second to load if it does. Bio means profile. Yes, profile. Sorry. Into my profile. And then the page will open on my website and you can click join now. And I'll make sure that link is working as well. So all good. Yeah. So click on my profile, click the link, and then it'll take you to my website, Lindsay with Love, and you can find it there. All right, you guys, have a great day. I was so happy to see so many new faces in the chat. So nice to meet so many of you. Thank you for all the love, all the likes. Thank you for the engagement. We'll have another beautiful conversation tomorrow. I'm sending you guys all the best energy for all the best days, all the time. Remember, choose your happiness. Choose to use your imagination. Choose to use your own fulfillment. Guide yourself into a beautiful, beautiful life. There's nothing to fear when you know exactly what you're creating. And reminder, you are super powerful and you do create your reality. All right, you guys, have a great day. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Goodbye, my YouTube viewers. Have a wonderful day.